Good day to our thesis advisor, Dr. Arcela M. Hernando, to our critic, Dr. Maria Corazon Tatad, to the panelists, Dr. Renario G. Hinampas Jr., Dr. Francis Zeus Ibanez, to our chairperson, Dr. Maria Elena S. Mandin, and also to our research instructor, Ms. Rose Ann Q. Palma. I am Michelle Vistal, and I would like to greet you all a pleasant day. We are the Group 7 researchers, and today we will be presenting our proposed study entitled Utilization and Proficiency on Technology-Based Instructions of the now National High School Teachers. Together with my group mates, Ms. Rilarin Miano from Ubay and Ms. Hasmin Unyas from Balilihan. Now for the rationale and for the theoretical and conceptual framework of the study, here is Ms. Hasmin Unyas.
Thank you, Ms. Vistal. I am Hasmin Unyas, and I'll be the one to present the rationale, theoretical and conceptual framework, theories, and legal basis. Rationale. The only thing constant in this world is change. In education, a radical change in reform is more remarkable and rapid with the advent of technologies. Technology plays a crucial role in achieving higher order competencies which are necessary to thrive and be productive in today's world. Hence, the need to redesign and reconceptualize teaching and learning. As such, technology learning environment is framing the educational landscape rapidly and profoundly. Relatedly, teachers are the major agents of knowledge and skills in bringing up digitally literate individuals and competent human resources. Therefore, it is necessary to expand their perspective on technology integration in education. Technology nowadays is highly promoted in teaching, and its integration in education means to utilize it for the success of technology-based teaching and learning processes. At this point enters technology-based instruction. The problem was that the lack of proficiency in TBI education and teachers not having technological skills to make full use of technological resources will place students at disadvantage for not meeting today's digital educational needs. We observe that in the now National High School, there is a push on the implementation of technologies to be integrated in the classroom instruction. They have access to the use of technology, but the number of available technological resources is not enough to cater each teacher that is necessary for them for the success of technology-based teaching. This study is very important for the teachers as well as the students to improve the educational atmosphere. Also for us researchers who are future educators need to apply the results of this study to fully maximize and realize the technology-based instruction. Therefore, the researchers conducted this study to assess the teachers' utilization and proficiency towards TBI, as well as to examine the level and relationships among variables. In addition, recommend effective strategies that would assist teachers to develop skills in TBI as well as engage students to technology-based learning for effective teaching and learning process. Theoretical and conceptual framework. It consists of relevant variables of the study and maps out how they relate to each other. The researchers are interested to know what affects the utilization and proficiency on technology-based instruction of the now National High School teachers. One of our goals is to be able to identify specific variables that can affect the teacher's utilization and proficiency level of TBI. With all the scholarly articles and researchers that we have gone through, we determine the variables, namely teacher's profile, which is the independent variable that includes age, length of teacher's experience, number of trainings attended, and digital devices used. The dependent variables are utilization and proficiency level. Then, We will clash these variables to see how they relate and affect each other as well as to determine the relationship of each variables. After that, we will provide an action plan based on the results of the study. Theories. The theories related to our study are constructivism, experiential learning theory, anchored instruction theory, and cognitive theory of multimedia learning. Constructivism. By using technology in the constructivist classroom, teachers who took part in this project expressed that they became comfortable with the technology and they acted as a mentor rather than lecturers with their students. Their efforts to integrate technology into classroom made them rethink about the way they approach education and creating an environment with opportunities for learning. In this perspective of constructivism, teachers must be prepared to provide technology-supported learning opportunities to the students. They should be trained to use technology and be aware of how technology can support students' learning. Experiential learning theory. The use of technological tools to create experiential learning by teachers eases their transition from just being provider of knowledge to being the chief guides of learning. Teachers often observe improved attitudes toward learning. One of the easiest ways to ensure students are exposed to experiential learning is by incorporating project-based learning into the curriculum, and technology-based instruction is needed to fully maximize experiential learning. Anchored instruction theory falls within student-centered constructivist learning theory, where learning is an active process of knowledge construction. The facilitators are responsible for providing the anchor for the students to enhance its knowledge. To provide the anchor, teachers should make use of technology in instruction to guide and assist the learners through the learning process. Cognitive theory of multimedia learning describes learning through the use of pictures and words. Examples of multimedia learning include watching a PowerPoint presentation and watching a pre-recorded lecture. So, integrating technology in the classroom instruction is needed for this to work. Legal basis. Republic Act No. 2067, Section 3, strengthened the educational system of the country to provide a steady source of competent scientific and technological manpower. To be able to fully realize this act, technology-based instruction should be integrated in the curriculum, and the teachers should utilize technology instruction as well as being proficient in it. Republic Act No. 10844, Section 2. Containing this act is the promotion of the use of ICT for the enhancement of the public services such as education. To enhance education, the use of technology is highly promoted, so teachers have to adapt the changing demands in the society to be able to hone technology-literate individuals. DepEd Order 78, Series of 2010, titled Guidelines on the Implementation of the DepEd Computerization Program. This provides schools with appropriate technologies that would enhance the teaching-learning process to meet the challenges of 21st century. This DepEd order encourages the use of technology in education, so they are providing resources for the betterment of educational process, so teachers should make full use of this. For the statement of the problem, null hypothesis, and significance of the study, here is Ms. Renalyn Miano.
Thank you, Hasmin. And now, let's proceed to the statement of the problem. With the birth of K-12 program, the use of technology in teaching is highly promoted in almost all learning areas. However, the lack of proficiency to the technology-based instruction is placing the students at a disadvantage and not meeting today's digital natives. In addition, many teachers may not have the technical skills to make full use of these technological resources. This research is intended to provide an in-depth study on the level of utilization and proficiency towards technology-based instruction. This problem is stated to have a clear and concise representation of the problem that is needed to be addressed, and giving all the statements that are mentioned, the researchers seek to find answers to the following questions. 1. What is the profile of the respondent in terms of 1.1 age, 1.2 length of teaching experience, 1.3 number of trainings attended, and 1.4 digital devices utilized? 2. What are the respondents' level of utilization on technology-based instruction? 3. What is the teacher's proficiency level on technology-based instruction? 4. Is there a significant relationship between 4.1 profile of respondents and level of utilization and technology-based instruction, 4.2 profile of respondents and level of proficiency on technology-based instruction, and 4.3 level of utilization and level of proficiency on technology-based instructions? 5. What action plan could be proposed based on the findings of the study? Statement of the null hypothesis. Hypothesis 1. There is no significant relationship between the profile of respondents and the level of utilization on technology-based instruction. Hypothesis 2. There is no significant relationship between the profile of respondents and the level of proficiency on technology-based instruction. Hypothesis 3. There is no significant relationship between the level of utilization and the level of proficiency of teachers on technology-based instructions. Significance of this study. The researchers believe that the findings of the study would be of great value to the following. First, the students, for they are the primary recipients of integrating technology-based instruction and teaching and learning process. This will also prepare them to become 21st century learners, where they will be endowed with values and competencies that will make them become citizens ready to build a nation. Second, to the teachers, for this will improve their competencies and skills in utilizing and integrating technology-based instruction in the field of pedagogy. It will also make them see the essence of being an innovative teacher, because the knowledge and skills they share will greatly help in improving the lives of the learners. Third are the school administrators, for this may inspire them to engage and continuously initiate and implement programs and professional development that could further enhance their expertise in technology-based instruction integration in classroom with the collaborative efforts of the stakeholders in attaining quality and innovative education. Fourth, for parents or guardians. The findings of this study will increase their awareness on the practices of the teachers towards technology-based instruction, thus empowering them to provide what they can contribute to the improvement of the school, as well as support their children to become productive and technology literate individuals. And fifth, to community and stakeholders. The outcome of the study will increase the level of accountability and support for the success of different programs of the Department of Education. And sixth, to future researchers. The findings of this research may provide them vital references in similar studies, may provide essential inputs in the design and pursuit of related and further researches. What is lacking in this study may also push future researchers to continue or develop further this research. And now, here is Ms. Bistal to present the research methodology and definition of terms.
Thank you, Ms. Miano, for presenting the statement of the problem, null hypothesis, and the significance of our study. Now, let me discuss to you the research methodology. Research design. This study will employ a descriptive correlational design to generate empirical evidence that will answer the proposed research questions. Specifically, this will include survey through closed-ended questions to assess the profile of the respondents, level of utilization and proficiency on technology-based instructions, and determine the relationship between identified variables. This relational study is done to describe and predict how variables are naturally related in the real world without any alteration. Thus, the researchers deemed it to be the most appropriate research design to be used in the study. Environment and respondents. The study will be conducted at Danao National High School, situated at Poblacion, Danao, Bohol. It has a distance of 8 kilometers from the historical landmark of Francisco Sindrias Daguhoy, located at Magtagtang, Tanaw, Bohol. Universal sampling will be employed since all the 52 aspiring teachers, 10 males and 42 females of the now National High School will be selected as the participants in the study. So, the researchers chose these local respondents because of the researchers' observation that the now National High School is pushing to implement integration of technology in classroom instruction. In addition to that, there haven't any study conducted in the said school similar to the variables of this study. So for the instrument, the researchers will administer survey questionnaires as the main data gathering instrument for this study. The questionnaires consisted of 3 parts. We have the teacher's profile, a table of level of utilization, and another table for teachers' level of proficiency on technology-based instructions. The research instrument was adapted from the tiers of technology integration into the classroom indicators and the technological proficiencies of administrators, teachers, and teacher librarians survey tool, and of course, statements were modified to fit the purpose of the study. The instrument is in checklist form wherein the respondents will have their self-assessment towards technology-based instructions on the different items included in each part. So to interpret the data gathered, a scale below is provided. So we have here the level of utilization on technology-based instructions. We have scale, range, frequency, level of utilization, and its meaning or interpretation. So if the weighted mean will range from 3.25 to 4, so that means that technology-based instructions are highly utilized. And if sometimes it will be interpreted as moderately utilized, seldom for less utilized, and never will be not utilized. And similar to the level of proficiency on technology-based instructions, we also have here scale, range, level of proficiency, and its meaning or interpretation. Data gathering procedure. In this study, the researchers will take the first step, asking permission. The researchers will ask permission from the campus director of Bohol Island State University main campus and the dean of the College of Teacher Education to go outside the campus for the conduct of the study. We will also present a letter of approval to the school principal of the now National High School to conduct the study in their area. Phase 2. Constructing the instrument. The researchers will construct a questionnaire and will modify the questionnaires based. Phase 2. Constructing the instrument. The researchers will construct a questionnaire and will modify the questionnaires before it will be finalized and distributed to the target group of respondents. The questionnaire will be created using suitable statements, modified from related research, and individual questions formed by the researchers. Next to that is the conduct of pilot testing. Before starting the data gathering, the research tool will be subjected for reliability and validity tests to ensure the quality of data that will be gathered from the respondents is accurate. A pilot test is conducted to detect weaknesses in design and instrumentation. The pilot testing will be conducted randomly to 30 secondary teachers who are outside the target population. They will answer the tool twice with 3 days interval to check the consistency of the responses. Reliability tests will be conducted based on the results of the pilot study. Then, the questionnaire will be validated by a statistician who is expert in the field. Next step is the conducting the survey. Before administering the tool, the respondents will be oriented about the questionnaire that they will answer and will be informed about the purpose of the study. The researchers will also emphasize that their identity and privacy will be ensured and their answers to the questionnaire will be confidential to others. The researchers will collect the data by means of survey questionnaires that were sent to respondents through Google Forms. The respondents were given time to respond to the questionnaire, and then all the complete filled-up questionnaires will be gathered and will be collected for further data analysis by the researcher to get the findings for the research. Based on the data that will be gathered, the researchers comes up with conclusion and recommendations for the study. Now, the statistical treatment. To analyze and interpret the data, the responses of the respondents were tallied to determine the frequency and eventually rank the data. Average weighted mean and normality test will be used as the statistical treatment tool in the study for data analysis and interpretation. Average weighted mean. This will be used to determine the assessment of the respondents with regards to their personal profiles, level of utilization, as well as their level of proficiency on technology-based instructions. More so, to determine the relationships of the identified variables of the study, the data will be subjected to a normality test. The result of the normality test will serve as the basis in determining the appropriate statistical tool in computing the correlation coefficients. For better clarifications and understanding of the terms related to this study, the following terms are defined operationally. First, digital devices. These are electronic devices that are used by teachers before, during, and after delivering instructions. Examples include computers, laptop, mobile phones, tablets, projectors, smartboards, TV, radio, and many more. Instructions. This refers to the subject matter, assessments, lessons, and topics that are given by the teachers for the students to comply. Professional development. This refers to set of seminars, workshops, trainings, and other developmental programs attended by teachers to help them develop new skills, knowledge, and advance their career efficacy. Technology-based instructions. This refers to technique in education where educators use technologies for instructional preparation, delivery, and evaluation of subject matter in the curriculum. TBI proficiency. This refers to teachers' mastery and confidence on technological devices utilized for classroom instruction. TBI utilization. The use of instructional techniques in education that integrates technologies, both hardwares and softwares, for the preparation, delivery, and evaluation of subject matter. That ends the presentation of our proposed study. Our dear panels, we are now ready for your questions, comments, and suggestions. Thank you.